Hey, Steve Harris, how are you going?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. You?
Yeah, good. I'm just calling you from Berlin from Mammoth Metal TV to talk about your tour and your album, of course. These are your first shows in Ireland, are they?
Yeah, we did Dublin last night. Yeah, we got Limerick tonight, and then Belfast. We finished the tour. Yeah, so first time over here with a band. So the rest of the guys hadn't been here before. You know, I hadn't been in Limerick before myself at all. I played obviously Dublin and Belfast with Maiden before, but every British line, new territory. So yeah.
Speaking of Limerick, there must be a load of small towns like that you've never been to before, not just not played in, but not even been to, I guess.
That's right, yeah. So we're going to have a bit of a strut up this afternoon, have a look at the castle here and all that, and have a walk about the place. It looks really nice here.
The album, I know you started working with these guys in the early 90s, managing and writing and just working with them in general. Was any of the songs from the album written back then, or is all this new stuff?
Yeah, it was a couple of written from back then. There was Will Without Heaven and Eyes of the Young and Chosen Ones were from that era. Really good songs. Really, well, that's kind of the reason why I ended up doing this, really, because I thought the songs were too good not to see the light of day, really. So, and they go down really well live. You know, they're really good live songs now. And they've evolved. You know, as a band, in the last 2 or 3 tours we've been doing them, they've just evolved into really good live songs. Not that they weren't before, but you know, they just, I don't know, I think if anything, we're probably getting heavier and heavier, really.
Excellent. The overall sound is kind of, well, aimed at being 70s because that's a big influence to you. The production is obviously meant to be like that as well. And did you ever play with
the first album is, I think the second album would be different, but the first album is, and I think as a band has been evolving anyway, like just live naturally. So the second album will be a lot more like we are now.
And how did the production go when you're aiming for a 70s sound? Did you consider working with 2-inch tape again, or did you record on 2-inch tape?
No, not really so much, but no, we didn't. But you know, it's just the vibe, you know, the sounds, guitar sounds and stuff like that. I mean, some of the grounds guitar sounds on, you know, a couple of the songs were, you know, that sort of sound, it's kind of style sounds really.
Cool.
And I still like to keep an element of that in there because even though the band's evolving, you know, we're gradually changing, I think, but I still like to keep an element of that in there because that's how it was to start with, and it's important to keep that.
And do you use any different gear, like a different bass or different amp, or do you stick with what you know and you love already?
I did use a couple of different things on the recordings. I mean, live, I'm playing with the same bass, the same sort of sound as I play with Maiden, really. So again, that has kind of maybe changed the sound a little here and there. But on the recordings, I sort of I tried a few different things, and but as I said, I think through live, it's just evolving naturally, and it feels good to play the way we're playing now.
And you're recording all these shows on this tour for a live album, right?
Yeah, we're recording. Well, we've got a few recordings from before too, but you know, we've got all these recordings, and so it's going to take a while to go through them all. But yeah, I think we've got some good stuff. We've had some really good shows, some really good audiences, and hopefully in the cold light of day, there'll be good performances. So, you know, sometimes you go back and listen to stuff, and it can either be better or worse depending on what we find. But yeah, I bet the band's feeling tight and it's feeling powerful and good. And so I think we'll have some good stuff.
And you're playing some new songs on this tour as well, presumably for the next album. Are any of those going to be introduced on the live album, or will you save those for the...
Well, again, we'll have to see when we actually go through it all, but I think some of it will just go on the second studio album, but I don't know, if we get something we really like and we feel it needs to come out as a live version, then we'll use it.
Cool. And do you have any timeline for the second album, like a rough date for starting to record
Well, by the end of next year, really, because I'm going to be really busy with Maiden for a good part of next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing a few European festivals with British Line also, so there's not loads of time to sort the live album and record as well. So because we have been playing quite a few songs live anyway, I don't think it'll take us long to stick them down. But having said that, it's just for trying to find a window of opportunity to do it.
And the first album took quite a while to get it recorded, obviously, because you're so busy. Will that happen with the next album, or will you probably bang it out quite quick since you're quite familiar with the songs?
I think because we have been playing a lot of the songs live, I think we should be able to bash out most of those songs very quickly. And the other few songs that we've got, shouldn't take too long either, I don't think, really. So, yeah, I think it'd be more like a traditional way of recording, really.
All in one go, because wasn't the first album recorded in different studios or just at different times?
It was done in different bits and pieces at different times. So it was done over a longer time period. So it was a very different approach, which, is quite interesting for me because I've not done it like that before. But I think I'd prefer to just go and do it all in one go if possible, So we'll see what happens. It's just the time. It's just finding the time.
Yeah, because you're so busy. It must be kind of exciting to do all these things that you haven't done before or that you haven't done for so long.
Yeah, I mean, playing live, in small places, I really enjoy doing that. And it also keeps me match fit for Maiden as well. I'm playing, so I'm keeping my hand in, so to speak. And, it's all good. Really enjoying it.
And what about the bus compared to the plane? Because it must be years since you've been travelling on a bus, is it?
Well, I've always liked the bus anyway. But the biggest downside is the hardest to deal with is the bloody snoring. It's a bit of a nightmare. But other than that, when you're going along, it's all right because the bus engine, you can't really hear it. It's when you've got a shorter drive and you end up stopping and then, it comes into playing. Try and use the older earplugs. Don't really work too well.
And so what's the overall vibe for this second series of songs compared to the first album? Is there much difference?
I think there's a bit of difference going on. Yeah, it's hard to say. I think Bible Black in particular is pretty heavy, although it's got very melodic verses. But
Spitfire sounded a bit heavier.
Slightly different. Yeah, that's also quite heavy. Again, with very melodic as well. But yeah, I don't really think there's too many bands out there at the moment playing this kind of stuff, really kind of heavy, but with that much melody in it. Really, so I don't know. Maybe there is, but I don't know of it anyway. But and when we're playing on some bills. Couple of bills, festival type bills, and I think we've been very, very different to whatever else is on the bill, which I think is the thing.
Definitely, it's some of the songs, like the Chosen Ones, for example, is the most 70s sounding song that's ever come out since the 70s. I'd say there's a real strong 70s vibe, and I could see you guys playing with some of those.
Yeah, it's a kind of a UFO. I see it as a UFO sort of Who type of thing going on. Live, it's a lot heavier than it is on the record, but it's still got that vibe to it. Yeah, so I think it's a really good song. It's a powerful song. It's a good live song.
The whole album,
seem to like it. So
the whole album is really strong. Are you playing like every song from the album?
Yeah, we have played every song from the album, apart from the lesson. Karma, we're not doing Karma Killer on this tour, but we have played it on previous tours. So we've done every other song off it. Either in the past or on this tour. So yeah, it's good, powerful stuff. I think if people give the album a chance, and some people maybe can't get past some of his production, but it is what it is. It's what's meant to be what it is.
Yeah, well, it fits the music perfectly, so I don't see what anyone's problem could be with that. But you can't please everyone ever.
No, but I think that no, nor should you try. But having said that, I think live it is a lot heavier. It's probably more dynamic and powerful than the album, but that's a good thing. I think we're a better live band than we are on the album. Probably always will be. A bit like Maiden has always been that way. It's a better live band than on album. So, that's a good way to be. Better than the other way around, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And so tomorrow's your last show for the foreseeable future. Is there anything else for British Lion coming up before the next album, or is tomorrow the last show for now?
No, I mean, I would have loved to have done a gig. I never really do anything over the Christmas New Year period because of family and everything like that.
Of course.
But I would, at one point we were toying with doing something on New Year's Eve, but that's not happening now. But maybe in the future that might break the mould a little bit if I did something just a one-off like that. But normally it's just family time, so it should be really.
Yeah, of course, that makes sense. And just a bit of a change of subject. I know you're a massive football fan, so I'm just wondering.
Yeah, it's a bad time to be talking to me at the moment. West Ham didn't do too well on the weekend.
I know, yeah.
So I'm a bit gutted.
That was a bad one.
I watched the first half. I was playing the festival and I watched the first half. And then my son's band was playing at the same time as the second half, so I watched my son's band. Family comes first.
Well, that was good timing.
I think someone upstairs was telling me something because it saved me from watching the second half, which was pretty abysmal by all accounts. So, mate, it was
a shocker.
It was shocking, really. I mean, they gave the first. It was, yeah. I mean,
well, good luck this Sunday with the game against Liverpool.
Yeah, they're going to need it.
And good luck with everything with British Lion and Maiden. And thanks so much for taking the time to talk to us, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, mate. Cheers.